For generations, one idea has defined a nation, a promise that no matter where you come from, no matter how little you start with, success is possible. This idea is known as the American dream. It is a vision of opportunity, a belief that hard work, determination, and persistence can transform an ordinary life into something extraordinary. Millions have traveled across oceans, crossed borders, and left everything behind just for a chance to live this dream. They arrive with hope, with ambition, with the belief that in America, the system rewards effort. But as the years pass, a question begins to emerge. Is this dream still real, or has it become something else? Because behind the success stories, there are struggles rarely shown. Behind the shining skyline, there are lives still searching for stability. And in that contrast, the truth begins to take shape.
The history of the dream. The idea of the American dream did not begin in modern times. It was shaped over decades of history, deeply rooted in the nation's identity. In the early 20th century, waves of immigrants arrived in search of a better life. They believed that America offered something rare: freedom and opportunity, a chance to rebuild from nothing. At places like Ellis Island, thousands passed through every day, each carrying a story, each chasing possibility. The dream was simple: work hard, stay determined, and eventually you will succeed. For many, it worked. Families built businesses, communities grew, and a middle class emerged. But history also shows something else. Not everyone started at the same place. Not everyone faced the same challenges. And even then, the dream was not equally accessible to all.
Modern reality. Today, the American dream looks different. For some, it is still alive, visible in success stories, innovation, and wealth. But for many others, it feels increasingly distant. The cost of living continues to rise. Housing, education, and healthcare have become more expensive than ever. For millions of Americans, working hard is no longer enough to guarantee stability. People work multiple jobs, yet still struggle to afford basic needs. The gap between wealth and poverty continues to widen, and with it, the belief in equal opportunity begins to weaken. This is where the question becomes unavoidable. If success is only accessible to a few, is the dream still real, or has it become an illusion shaped by stories of the past? Because reality is no longer just about effort, it is also about access, and access is not equal for everyone.
Immigrants and the dream today. Even today, people continue to come to America with hope. The dream still attracts those searching for opportunity, but the journey is not easy. Immigrants often face language barriers, financial limitations, and legal challenges. They work long hours in demanding jobs, often unseen and underappreciated, yet they continue because the idea of something better is powerful. For some, the dream becomes real. They build lives, support families, and create new futures. But for others, the struggle never fully ends. They remain caught between hope and reality, trying to reach something that always feels just out of reach. Still, they persist because even the possibility of success is enough to keep going.
Conclusion: reality or illusion? So, is the American dream real? The answer is not simple. For some, it is a reality achieved through effort, opportunity, and timing. For others, it remains a promise, never fully realized. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. The dream still exists, but it is no longer guaranteed. It requires more than just hard work. It requires access, support, and sometimes luck. And that changes everything, because a dream that is not equally reachable becomes something else, not entirely false, but not entirely fair. And in that space between hope and reality, millions continue to search for their place, still believing, still trying, still chasing a dream that may never fully be defined.
The price of success. Education has long been seen as the gateway to success, a degree, a qualification, a symbol of opportunity. For decades, it represented a clear path towards stability and growth. But in modern America, that path comes with a cost that continues to rise each year. Students enter universities filled with hope. They leave with knowledge and often with debt that can take years, sometimes decades to repay. This changes the meaning of opportunity. Because when success begins with financial burden, the journey becomes heavier. Not everyone has the same starting point. Some move forward with support. Others begin their lives
already behind. Still, the belief in education remains strong because even in uncertainty, it offers possibility. But the question remains, is education still a bridge to the dream, or has it become another barrier along the way?
Housing crisis. A home is more than a place to live. It is stability. It is security. It is a foundation for everything else. But in many parts of America, that foundation is becoming harder to build. Housing prices continue to rise. Rent increases faster than income. And for many families, the idea of owning a home feels increasingly distant. The American dream once included a simple vision, a house, a steady job, a future that feels secure. But today, that vision is changing. People delay milestones. They share spaces. They adjust expectations because reality demands it. And when something as basic as shelter becomes uncertain, the entire structure of the dream begins to shift.
Work culture. Hard work has always been at the center of the American dream. The idea that effort leads to reward. But in today's world, effort often comes without balance. Work days extend into nights. Vacations become rare. And the line between personal life and professional life begins to fade. For many, success requires constant motion, always working, always producing, always striving for more. But this pace comes with a cost. Burnout, stress, exhaustion, and yet the cycle continues because stepping away feels like falling behind. This raises an important question. If success requires sacrificing well-being, is it truly success? Or is it simply survival in a system that never slows down?
Social mobility. One of the core ideas of the American dream is mobility, the belief that anyone can rise, that your future is not defined by your past. But reality tells a more complex story. Movement is possible, but not always equal. Some paths are smoother, others are filled with obstacles. Access to education, resources, and opportunity shapes the journey. And without these, progress becomes slower, sometimes nearly impossible. This does not mean the dream is gone, but it does mean it is uneven. And when opportunity depends on where you start, the idea of fairness begins to change.
Wealth gap. In modern America, wealth is everywhere. Luxury apartments rise above crowded streets. Expensive cars move through neighborhoods where some families struggle just to pay rent. The contrast is impossible to ignore. For decades, the American dream promised that hard work could create stability and success. But today, many people question whether the system still works the same way. The richest individuals continue to gain more wealth, while millions of others fight rising costs of living, healthcare, education, and housing. This growing divide changes how people see opportunity, because when success feels concentrated among a small group, hope becomes more difficult to maintain. Yet the dream itself has not disappeared. People still work long hours. They still believe in progress. But belief becomes fragile when effort does not always lead to security. For some Americans, wealth represents freedom. For others, survival remains the main goal. And in that difference lies one of the most important questions facing modern society. Can a dream truly belong to everyone if the rewards remain so unequal?
Technology and opportunity. Technology has transformed America faster than almost any force in history. A single smartphone now holds more power than entire systems once did decades ago. Innovation has created industries, careers, and opportunities that previous generations could never imagine. Young entrepreneurs launch businesses from bedrooms and garages. Small ideas can suddenly reach millions of people across the world. This is the new version of the American dream, not built in factories or industrial towns, but built through code, digital platforms, and global communication. But technology also creates a different kind of pressure. Competition moves faster, skills become outdated more quickly, and those without access to modern education or digital resources risk being left behind. Opportunity still exists, but it changes constantly. Success now depends not only on hard work, but also on adaptation, on learning faster, on staying connected to a rapidly evolving world. For many people, technology represents freedom and possibility. For others, it creates uncertainty and fear about the future. And as artificial intelligence and automation continue to grow, America faces a new question. Will technology expand opportunity for everyone, or only for those already ahead?